Hi there and welcome to another video. We're actually back at Slippery Stones in the Derwent Valley. I did have plans of doing a bit of a urban walk around Sheffield and a wild camp, but then I thought we've got the light nights, the nice weather. I ought to really make use of that time and explore the upper Derwent Valley a little bit more. So yeah, back at Slippery Stones and we're going to head off up the Derwent Valley. The plan today is to Wildcamp at Shepherd's Meeting Stones, probably about 3 or 4 miles further up the Derwent Valley. What I'll do, I'll get my map out and I'll try and show you where we'll be hiking today and where we'll wild camp, and I have thoughts coming a different way back tomorrow. I can show you that. So I'll just find a quiet spot round here and show you on the map the plan for today. Right, that's my map laid out. I'll try and show you. So we're down at Slippery Stones. From there we've basically got a gentle incline just following the River Derwent all the way up. There's Oakham Bank, Stainery Clough, further up Cordwell Clough, until we get to the bottom of Hoare Clough. It's probably about 3 miles, something like that. Hoping to collect some water from the River Derwent there. And then it's a very steep climb up Hoare Clough. That'll get us to Shepherd's Meeting Stones, next to Dean Headstones. So that's where I intend camping, Shepherd's Meeting Stones. Fantastic views from up there. And then as long as my back feels okay and all good, tomorrow we'll head sort of directly north, probably half a mile or so, half a kilometre looking at that, and we should pick up what is the Derwent watershed footpath, which is this one, and then we're going to follow that for, again, probably about 3 miles or so. So it should be pretty level going. You're right on the top here. So it's Howden Edge near Horse Stones, Harden Moss, Stainery Clough Head, all the way round till we get to Outer Edge, trig point there. I don't know if I've ever walked that or not, so it's definitely good to go a different route back, and it sort of broadens your knowledge of the area. Then from Outer Edge straight over to Howden Edge, still level going, and then from Howden Edge I'm going to drop straight down Little Cut, quite steep, and that'll take us back to Slippery Stones, and then it's just half a mile walk back to my car, which is parked at King's Tree. So yeah, a few other notable stones. You've got, where are they? Lost them. You've got Bull Stones, Crow Stones, Horse Stones, Horse Stones, and obviously where we are, Shepherd's Meeting Stones. So they're all noticeable landmarks, those. Anyway, looking forward to it. Let's get going. Just taking a bit of a breather. It's very warm today, and I found a nice sheltered spot, and there is a bit of a breeze, so it's a welcome a welcome break. Now, I nearly didn't make this camp. I've been trying to get out for the last 2 weeks. Quite unbelievable. Basically, we were on with decorating the kitchen. I say decorating, it meant me replacing the kitchen ceiling. So about a couple of weeks ago, decided, yep, gotta do it. I'll tear the old ceiling down. Never seen so much muck in my life. Anyway, got it all down, got rid of it to the tip. Matter of putting the new one up then. So got my plasterboard, got all that up. Not easy on your own, but I'm not one to ask for help. I can do most things on my own. So I got the new plasterboard up, everything was clean and tidy. So I thought, well, the following Monday I'll be able to get out on a Wildcamp then. I've done majority of the work. Anyway, around the weekend, looked at the forecast. Monday was pouring down with rain. Couldn't believe it. So I said to my wife, I said, well, I changed of plan. I've decided Monday I'll plaster the ceiling and then I'll go camping later on, which will probably be the following Monday. So Monday came, not a bit of rain at all. That's the forecast for you. But I said I'd plaster the ceiling. I weren't looking forward to it, so I thought I'd get on and do it. And what a job. It's like lifting 40 kilos of plaster precisely onto the ceiling. 2 coats. Full respect for any plasterers out there. It was really hard work. You can't take a break because it's going off. So it took me about 4 or 5 hours. And it sort of crippled me. I were hopping from ladder to bench and you're at a funny angle. Yeah, really hard work, and it didn't do my back any good at all. But rest of the week we did all papering, tiling, got the kitchen finished, so I knew I'd be okay for the Monday for my Wildcamp. My back were playing up, but I thought I can't not go. I've got to go. It's take a few ibuprofen, I'll be okay. So that is a bit like today why I ain't going too wild. I'm doing a steady camp. So yeah, we get near to the Monday. Hottest day of the year forecast. 28 degrees. I thought, I am not going camping in 28 degrees. Once it gets above 22, I've sort of had it. So I thought, no. So I said, I ain't going. I'm not going on Monday. It's too hot. So I left it a couple of days. It did cool down. And yeah, finally did get out. But not easy. You'd think, being retired, I could get out any time. But there's so many bits on our calendar and so many other commitments. I'm lucky to get out, which I do, a Wildcamp every month. But I'm out here now. I'm looking forward to it. It's a nice steady walk up, bit of a hard climb, but then I've got the fantastic viewpoint of Shepherd's Meeting Stones, fantastic views. I can just sit, enjoy the camp, rest me back. I brought a new whisky to try. I've not had one of these for a while. So yeah, I am really looking forward to tonight's camp. Anyway, we better get going. We've got a little bit further to go. I'll see you on the trail on the way up. Just looking down the Derwent Valley where we've just walked up. And we've got some beautiful purple heather out in full bloom. And that is where we're heading, further up the Derwent Valley. The views are starting to open up a bit more now. So this is as far upstream as we go in. We're gonna leave this soon. Once I've collected my water, we'll leave the River Derwent and got a steep climb up to Shepherd's Meeting Stones. Not a bad colour. Usually very brown, not a bad colour at all. This looks pretty clear. Anyway, I may be some time. I've got 3 litres to filter, and then we'll head off up to the campsite. Well, I'm all loaded up with an extra 3 kilograms of water. That's for tonight's meal, tomorrow's breakfast, and a few drinks. Just got this big hill behind me to walk up. It probably doesn't look much on the camera, and whether you can actually make out Shepherd's Meeting Stones on top, I don't know, but it's probably about 400-500 foot straight up. Anyway, you've got to have a bit of pain to get these magnificent views. So I might see you on the way up. Otherwise, I'll see you at the top. See you in a little bit. Well, that's Shepherd's Meeting Stones up there on the left. I reckon we're about halfway there. Just got to the top and look what I found. Water. I never actually thought there would be water up here. Ah well, that's your local knowledge or lack of it for you. Anyway, I'm up here now and I've got my water with me. Wow, look at that for a view! The whole of the upper Derwent Valley lays beneath my feet. What a fantastic view! It was worth the climb up just for that view. Before we get pitched or anything, I'll just try and give you a panoramic view of the whole of this area. It's amazing. So that is looking down the upper Derwent Valley where we've just walked up. Absolute amazing views. Shows the steep bit. We just came up to Shepherd's Meeting Stones. Just coming into view is Barrow Clough. Looks like it's covered in green velvet. That's the green bracken. And up on the right hand side will be Barrow Stones with Grinner Stones behind that. Both fantastic places to camp at. We're all pitched now. It's the location, well, the views are out of this world, as you could see. There's not that many places to pitch. It's a lot of heather and a few bare patches like I've found here. I like a bit of shelter. So on top, just behind there is masses of level ground, but you feel a bit exposed. I like to be in a dip or behind a bank. It is going to rain later, so I like the idea of a bit of shelter. But yep, all pitched, all settled in. Just looking towards probably having my tea now. I've had a cup of coffee, so it's sort of getting rehydrated again. So I'll show you what we've got tonight. Totally different to what I would normally do, but as we're doing a fair bit of walking, relax my legs. As we're doing a fair bit of walking, I couldn't be bothered to do much cooking, so I've got some dehydrated meals that I've bought just off the counter. Dehydrated meals. I try them every so often and then spend the rest of the camp complaining, but I'll try not to. I've got plentiful supply of coffee and hot chocolate, and also I brought my titanium whiskey flask. That has got a new whiskey in I recently bought, and it wasn't too expensive and it is really nice. We'll have a look at that later on in the tent later tonight. But yeah, that's everything set really, so let's get this going. So I'm just gonna boil some water up and have this cup of soup. But yeah, that tastes nice. Usually when you're camping, a lot of basic foods taste really nice. So I'm just making a start with my beef stew with potatoes. So I've removed the oxygen thingamajig. I've got 570 millilitres of water. Give it a good stir. And that's it. I've just got to leave it for 8 minutes. So that is easy, isn't it? I'll drop that there. And sometimes that's what you want. I do enjoy cooking, but occasionally it's nice just to relax in the tent, lay back, just take it easy and not go mad with the cooking. That smelt very nice and I've only just stirred it up, so I'm going to have another lie down and I'll come back to you in 8 minutes and we'll have a look what it's like. Very comfortable this. Right, that's my 8 minutes up, so time to try it. I know the meals I've done myself are dehydrated meals. Reading this, this is a freeze dried, so I suppose they dry the food, which is dehydration, and freeze it, so it's a different method possibly. But yeah, it looks good. Even got myself a long spoon. That tastes okay. There's a lot of potato, carrot and swede, which I like. I love all three of them. And there's there's meat in it as well. So yeah, I'm pleased to say it's very good. I think I can say this would fill me up. But more so, it actually tastes good. Some of a few bits are a little bit hard, but that might be my fault for not stirring it enough. On the whole, it's rehydrated very good. So I'm enjoying it. Can't wait to try that pudding. Whoa. Well, I just finished that stew, and I've got to admit it was very nice and filling. So it were something to eat. Beef stew with potatoes, and this was the big pack. I think it's called, yeah, big pack. So it was an extra large one. But yeah, it was okay, and I will try that one again. That's my sweet I've got, and that's chocolate mousse, granola and cherry as a dessert. I've already got the water in that, so I'm going to try this now. Ooh. Probably best not to look at them. This does look, well, it's very chocolatey. It's difficult to describe what it is. It doesn't feel too substantial. It feels extremely chocolatey and quite runny. Whether I put a bit too much water in, I don't know. But it's got a nice sweet taste, and I do like chocolate. So yeah, I would say this for a change, they certainly make a good change, really, rather than, that's a helicopter I can hear coming. Yeah, certainly makes a change rather than a lot of time. Yeah, or I could spend a couple hours cooking a meal and filming it. Boiling some water, pouring it in here is so easy, and it gives me a bit more time just to sit in the tent. I don't know if you can hear that. There's a helicopter heading straight this way. Gonna come over the top, I'd say. Oh, it's one of those big Chinooks, the big army helicopters. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit, and I'm just gonna take it easy. I've got little portable radio. I can listen to that for a bit, catch up on the news, bit of music, cup of coffee, and just totally relaxed. See you in a bit. Just feel a bit of rain in the air. It has forecast rain for later on, but last time I looked, it did look like it would be nice and sunny in the morning, so I'm okay with that. I'll be tucked up in my tent. It can do what it wants. Just having a last look round at all my guide points and making sure everything's secure. I don't think the wind's gonna pick up, so shouldn't be a problem, but I thought I'd just check them. The ground is quite soft, very peaty of course, and quite soft. So yeah, I think that'll do me for tonight. No chance of any sunset or anything like that. It's certainly clouded over, and I reckon rain is on the way. I'll see you in the tent later on. Right, all settled down in the tent. I can hear it raining outside, but it's only very light, and I reckon it will have cleared up in the morning. But like I said, we have a new whisky to try. So this is it. You see, no expense spared. Tamna Valley Sherry Cask. Found it in Tesco the other week, although I have had it on several occasions before. But I think I've said before, my favourite whisky is Aberlour. I think it's Aberlour 12 year or 10 year, I can't remember, the Sherry Cask one. If you didn't get that on offer in Tesco, or perhaps at a whisky shop, you're talking probably about 48 quid a bottle. Occasionally it comes up on offer. Now this Tamla Valley Sherry Cask was only, I think it was £24. So I thought, that's so cheap, why not try it? Now it's a non-age statement one, so probably could be 7 or 8 years. They don't actually state how old it is. But it was one I certainly thought I'd bring with me. So we'll just fill my glass. It's my titanium, just put that down. It's my titanium flask, all the way from China. Very lightweight. You can definitely smell the sherry there. Very sweet, fruity taste, but definitely got some sherry there. It is very smooth, fruity and orangey. I can taste that coming through, plus the sherry. And very smooth as well. You'd think a non-age statement might be a little harsh, but no, it is very smooth. And so the finish, it does linger. Nice fruity taste in your mouth. So yeah, definitely worth the £24 I paid for it. I'll put that down, or I'm going to drink it straight down. But I think it sort of adds to a Wildcamp. And it's just something it's interesting to talk about. There are so many different types of whiskey, and I enjoy reading about them, tasting them, getting to know the different flavours. But while we're talking, yeah, Bleaklow, what a fantastic place to explore. It is sort of a little bit unknown parts of it for me. I'm still sort of learning my way around. I have done quite a few one-day recce's up here. I've been up probably half a dozen times. Don't usually film them. It's mainly just to find my way around. I've recce'd here, and I've walked past the stream at the top of where we walked up Shepherd's Meeting Point, that stream where I said, oh, there's water. I knew about that, I just forgot. I automatically picked my water up down at the bottom and walked all the way up. There wasn't a lot coming down, so if we'd have had some hot weather, it could have been dry at the top. And that water I got down in the River Derwent was as clear as I've seen up here. It was like spring water. So yeah, I am learning my way round here, and I have ventured up many of the rivers and over a lot more of the hills, so that when I do go wild camping, I know what to expect, and I've done a few recce's. Yeah, we are a bit remote up here, so I've got a reasonable first aid kit. You can only deal with minor injuries, so I've not got anything massive. It's mostly cuts, bites, sprains, stuff like that. So I am aware how remote I am, so I've bumped up the first aid kit a bit. Obviously I'll leave my wife details of where I'm going. I've got me InReach, that's like my emergency tracker. I can let my wife know where I am, any change of plan, and in the worst scenario, there is an SOS button on there if required. But hopefully, I won't have to use it. I'm getting a bit older, and I wouldn't say it's getting riskier. Your experience tells you, yeah, just be careful. So I am a lot more aware now, and I do take things a little bit steady and make sure I've got plan B and plan C in place. I'll just top this up. It's not easy doing this. I must admit, summer isn't my favourite time to wild camp. It's hot, midges. I was terrified of getting bit coming up here. I was so glad when I knew there was a breeze blowing. I brought insect repellent, a midge net. It's all extra weight. Luckily I've avoided using them, but I hate the things. So it's too warm. There's too many midges and biting insects, and you could say there's too many people as well. Although I haven't seen, there was a lot down at Slippery Stones, but I've not seen many up here. So yeah, as you come to these remote places, you do tend to get the place to yourself. But yeah, autumn's probably the best, and yeah, hopefully we'll have a few camps up here in winter. We'll have to see how we go. I was sweating like anything. That's why I bring 3 litres of water. You must sweat so much out with the heat as you're walking up. I have to put a hat on for my poor forehead. I can't stand putting sun cream on my forehead because you sweat and it runs into my eyes. So I've got a hat on. I've got sun cream on my arms and my neck. And then you've got to put insect repellent on. So yeah, not my favourite time to spend in the hills. No. Yeah, feel all that fruit and that orangey, citrusy taste coming through, mingling with the sherry taste. Very nice. Now, while I'm in the tent, I thought I might have got 4G. No, nothing up here. So I bring this little radio. I've had it a long time. The name probably won't mean much. It says Prunus, so it's probably made by all different companies and they all give it different names. But it entertains you through the night. Listen to the news. There's so many radio programs you can listen to, or you can listen to music. I know the modern thing is to have earphones in and stream music and stuff like that, but I still like the radio and the chatter that goes on. I've always liked the radio. Yeah, I don't want earphones on you can hear the outside noises and you can hear the radio. Anyway, this is probably my last whisky, and then it'll be time to go to sleep. I might have a drop of cocoa. So I'm going to bid you all good night, and I'll see you in the morning. And hopefully, if my back's okay and the weather's okay, we're going to go a different route back. So, see you in the morning. Cheers, then. Good morning there. Just having my breakfast in the tent. Had some really heavy showers in the night. Such a total opposite to what we had in the daytime. But I suppose that's the warm weather breaking a little bit. I got up about 6:30, went outside. I thought, oh great, it's not raining, and started getting my tripod set up, my stove on. Then it suddenly started raining, so I had to retreat back in the tent. I'd boiled my water, so I thought I'd get on with my breakfast. It's only coffee, Weetabix, very easy. Forecast, listened on my little radio, because you can't get it, no 4G, so you can't get any other world forecast. But on my radio, it isn't supposed to be raining. But I suppose we're high up in the Derwent Valley, it can do anything. So once I've had breakfast, get everything packed up, and I'll see you outside the tent, and we're ready on our journey back. Planning to walk over and pick up the Derwent watershed, and then we'll follow that like I showed you on the map yesterday. We're going to follow that over to Outer Edge. So probably get to Outer Edge Trig, and then over to Howden Edge, and then just drop down, I think it's Cut Gate, back down to Slippery Stones. So it is a section I don't think I've walked, but it should be interesting. I may have walked it many years ago, but I don't recall having gone to Outer Edge Trig. So it'd be nice to walk somewhere different. I believe it is the Derwent watershed, and it has been raining all night, so I bet it's really wet and muddy. But anyway, we're on our way back then. So I'll see you in a little bit when we're all packed up. Got a slight break in the weather, so I'm going to get on and get my tent dropped, everything packed away. Hopefully it will dry up. Looks very cloudy and damp over there, but I can see a little bit of blue on the horizon. So we'll get the tent dropped. I'm just going to push everything in my rucksack, and then we'll be ready for the off. Right, that's everything packed up. You wouldn't know I'd been here. So we're heading off in that direction, north, and we should be able to pick up the Derwent watershed and then head over to Outer Edge. So I'll see you on the trail. Just featureless up here. I left camp and it started raining. Mist come down and it was very difficult navigating. I lost the path. I must have walked possibly a good half mile or more, probably near a mile through thick wet heather, and then eventually with a bit of checking my grid reference here and there, I managed to pick up what I think is the watershed. It has cleared a bit now, so I can see roughly where I'm going. Just got to skirt round Stainery Clough Head, or Stainery Head I think it's called, and then make my way up to Outer Edge. But I'd hate to be up here without sort of proper navigation gear and that. Just skirting around the back of Crowstones. It's always good when you recognise a familiar set of rocks. So we should find Outer Edge Trig somewhere up there. Well, made it! Outer Edge Trig. When I set off it was hard, but once you found the path, it wasn't bad at all. But a lot of the paths up here, they just disappear. You just fade into nothing, so it can be hard navigating. This fantastic viewpoint this. I can see precisely where I camped, where I walked, everything. I was going to stop here and have a bit of a break, but there's thousands of midges. You stand still and they're swarming around your head, so I'm going to have to keep moving. It would have been a nice spot just to spend 15 minutes, but well, not far to go. Get to the top of Cut Gate and then I'll start heading down. You'd have thought at a high point like this there'd be a breeze, but there's, bloody hell, Christ, there's nothing. So I'll see you further on. Just arrived at the top of Cut Gate. The midges are driving me mad. They're you're alright if you're moving. Once you stop, they swarm around you. So I'm heading straight down to Slippery Stones and then straight back to my my cart, and I'll have a last word with you there, hopefully in a midge-free zone. Horrendous. Pleased to say I made it back to the car. I got bits all over. You can see my eyes, my lips, my ears. As soon as you stopped, they swarmed on you. And it was horrendous. I think we were lucky while we were in camp. There was a breeze and it kept the midges off. It would not have been pleasant if there'd have been the midges had been as bad as they were today. I think it rained in the night. It's completely still today. And yeah, it were horrendous for midges. I think I remember now why I don't like camping in summer. Apart from the heat and the amount of people, it's the midges. They are horrendous. But the camp itself was good. I enjoyed that. Great location, fantastic views, and it was good to explore some different routes. I don't recall having walked Outer Edge before, so yeah, it's good to come back a different route, and it broadens your knowledge of the area. And I think a lot of it is down to local knowledge, to actually know there is a path there. And you recognise bits once you get used to it. So it's just a matter spending a few years hiking the area, and then you build your knowledge up, and you're a bit more confident of where you go. So yeah, I'll be out here doing a lot of hikes and probably a few more wild camps. As for the next one, I don't know. I did have thoughts of doing a bit of a urban hike. Few stories to tell you, and probably camp local. We'll have to see. After me encounters with these midges, yes, I might stay a bit more urban until October time, and we see the last of them, and the best camping weather and conditions arrive. So what I'll do now, I'll try and leave you with a bit of footage I took of a few little bits on the way down just to finish the video, and a few of the views I took over the last few days. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one, which will be in September. So bye for now then.